Anyway, very good morning to Yang Berbahagia, my good friend, Dr. Yusof Sulaiman, President CEO of BINE. Yang Berbahagia, Datuk Profesor Muhammad Zamri Yusof, Deputy Vice Chancellor Unitan, Wakili Vice Chancellor. Yang Berbahagia, Yang Berusaha Encik Halim Abdullah Syukur, CEO TNBDS, is very important stakeholders in this game. Yang Berusaha Encik Ami Amiruddin, Director of Willgate Sdn Bhd, another key stakeholders who will make this journey to reality, because they have the license to operate 100 megawatt and above. I think that's very important, good news. Tuan Haji Mokhtar Binin, MD of ERASB, the guy who actually made all this possible with the draft and everything else. Senior representative from EPU, from various stakeholders, UITM, TDA, JLY, the team, and a few others, and not forgetting our EMOC members as well as Mike as well. Very pleased to be here this morning for the remarkable event, which is at last the signing of MPACA. I've got to be very careful when I say MPACA, that if we say MSPA, just baca insyaAllah pula mereka. This is Master Strategic Planning Agreement. This is, for those of you, majority of you who were here, I think all of you were the participant in the last 23rd September event, the big event. What Prof. Halim and the team would like to call it reimagining National Biomass Strategy Agenda. Reminding that this biomass is not something new. It has been there for a number of years. This is why we in the team, in the stakeholders, we add the word reimagining to make a difference. Yeah? And we hope we can carry out that journey to the best of our ability. Yeah? Again, for those who are not familiar, EMOC is a strategy think tank set up in January 2019. And the aspiration back then was we want to translate Yang Berbahagia to Dr. Mahathir PM7 aspiration. But what can we do on the energy transition? As you're probably aware, the Fifth Fuel Policy Plan, when Dr. Mahathir was a Prime Minister number 4, was launched in 2000, because being a visionary leader, he saw the needs of the country to capitalize the waste that we have generated from the industrial, in this case palm oil business, where in our record we recognize that 73 million tons per annum of biomass waste available, and this availability of this wealth of biomass, if not being captured or being directed or being organized properly, will either be used for something else, or being dumped, or being burned to produce ashes, which then will be sold to some other interested party. So the game is SDG, Sustainable Development Goal, ladies and gentlemen, because as you are aware, everybody is talking about SDG now. With Joe Biden coming in as the new president of America next January, officially, I think he already promised to put back America in the Paris Agreement, which has been taken out by Donald Trump. Okay? So again, as the world follow, we normally follow the big brothers. So if the big brothers are committed to it, definitely we are going to be part of it. So I think biomass to energy agenda is critical in our view, and also the stakeholders' view. It's not because something that we have to do it, it's something that we must make it happen. Otherwise, it will jeopardize the country in terms of health and security, and also waste of resources. This is why I think in September this year, when we launched this National Reimagining National Biomass Strategy, we came up with 4 or 5 key points. Why are we doing that? Number one, if I can share again, we said we want to make sure that the energy security part of it. We want to add the new clean megawatt capacity from this total waste of biomass available. 73 million tons per annum to be converted to 5,000 megawatt based on the model run by Prof. Halim and IC Unitan. So something that we can do. Of course, somebody then told me that, Prof, our current policy, which is going for 20% energy mix by 2025, we are already achieving the maximum of it. According to EC the other day, we are only left 1,500 megawatt. So again, the question is, what do we need to do on policy? We are going to do something about it. I mean, if you look at in the booklet, in the package, we've decided to let the organizer to share this one page, high level summary, if you like, the biomass strategy. So you can read that. You can look at that. What have we done from the inception of the setup, the key workshop that we started in last year with Unit 10, of course. Unit 10 has been a good member to us from the beginning. And then, beginning this year, February 2020, we are blessed because we were introduced to Dr. Yusof, my President CEO, which then took us seriously on board with this Dr. Raslan and the team. And that's how we started with Mike in the journey. And Mike being the public and private integrator, field bill in this case, yeah. And that's led to the September 23rd big workshop months ago that we have then come up with a special report summarizing the concerns raised by all parties, and we signed that report to make sure that we have ownership. And from that report, we bring it up to meet the chairman of TNB and Unit 10, Dr. Sri Mahazakali, on 10th of November. We have a 1 hour good session with Muhammad Ibrahim, chairman, and few key direction being shared, which is actually helping us in moving forward. And of course, resulted from that workshop, 23rd September, then we've got this master strategic partnership agreement drafted by Tuan Haji Mokhtar and the team that lead to our auspicious session today, hopefully. Yeah? And if you are wondering why we are chasing for the signing of it now, whereas we can take a sweet time and to do it maybe 2021, the reason is simple. In my view, in our view, I told the team that 2020 is being perceived as a gloomy year because of none of the coronavirus pandemic, COVID-19. Everybody else is talking about why is it not moving? Because coronavirus. Why can't we create jobs for the students, for the graduates? Because coronavirus. This is coming from the ministers themselves. And then everybody else using that. So we were thinking, in our view, let's put up something good that is for the country, for the industry, for the community. Because we believe so much in credible Halik model, the integration model to execute the job from policymakers, from university, industry, community, as well as special focus, in this case, youth and women. Yeah? Pretty glad to see some good representative from women in this session. Yeah? So we wanted so much to end up the 2020, the year 2020 on a good note. So we hope this signing of MSP on the National Biomass Strategy, energy agenda, will respond to this wish that we were thinking. So that at the end of the day, of course, we were talking to Puan Zinti yesterday, how can we get a press release prepared immediately after this, so that we want to go and hit the community out there, despite the globality that everybody is facing today, even the government. We still hope that we are providing some good response to make everybody smile. With the vision that we hope to create, as I said, we hope to create the new energy security through this biomass to energy megawatt. And not only that 5,000 megawatt, ladies and gentlemen, but we hope with that mission, we can be able to reduce the GHG emission, the 3 times per capita, through this 5,000 if we really utilize it. And again, mind you, everybody else is talking about the concern of COVID-19 pandemic or coronavirus, but in our view, in the team, we thought before we were hit a year ago on this coronavirus pandemic, we are already hit for a number of years on this GHG pandemic. And this GHG has been released to the atmosphere for a number of years, has caused big concern in terms of cancer, TBs, and so many things. we skill our people, our communities in the rural area, in the plantation, which we didn't pay attention on. So hopefully this strategy that we are committed from now on will address this issue of additional security, the environmental sustainability in terms of managing the GHG reduction, and also complying to this United Nations SDG, the 17 SDG that you're all aware of. Yeah? And I think here we'll be talking about complying to SDG within business. We're going to understand every one of them, which portion of it, and how are we going to react and close the issue of that. We are not going to do that because Biden is coming as the president of America, because America is going to join Paris Agreement. No. We are going to do it because we believe in it. And this is the best for the country. And also try to ascertain rightly the issue of health, safety and security on the community. And of course the list can go on. I mean, if I want to mention about economic enhancement. We mentioned it 2 months back. We expect to produce, to generate a GDP of 6 billion ringgit if we do it right. And this 6 billion means a lot in the current economic disaster today. And not only that, the job creation, according to our team, preliminary we can produce about 4,500 at least job for graduates and researchers. So the concern is not only the graduates, but also the researchers. A lot of people, I think, in line, I think what we call is, I hope that Yusuf will elaborate later, because mostly the issue of technology is key as well. So we need great researchers, and the great researchers need a platform. So we hope to provide a platform through this initiative. Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, I think in welcoming remark to this session, I just want to say again that this is not a new thing to be done. This is already been done, and in fact, many feedback we got when we championed this thing. Oh, this is not different than what been done 5 years ago, 10 years ago. True, but the concern is a lot of them being done halfway through. They didn't get it done all the way out. So we're trying to make it different. And I like what my philosophy or mantra, let's make it happen. And from EMOC strategy group, we add another one, let's make a difference. So based on that, the final word I would like to leave for all of you before we call upon Dr. Yusuf. Rethink, rebuild, and recover. When it is not something new, let's make it happen, let's make it different. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, Prof. Thank you so much. And now I would like to welcome Yang Mubadi Dr. Yusuf, to Dr. Muhammad Yusuf Sulaiman, to give a few words here. Plus more.